is that that economy is still below its pre-COVID level, but that's also its pre-Brexit level. Now, there are a few other economies around the world that have that situation. But what's different in the UK is the labor market is as tight as the U.S. labor market. Wages growing at 6%, vacancies to unemployment, the beverage curve similar. But the economy has less momentum than the euro area. So, and part of the explanation for that is the supply shock in the near term that has come from Brexit, not surprisingly. That means in terms of monetary policy or the monetary outlook, that the Bank of England, I think amongst the major central banks, if I may, faces the toughest trade-off between inflation and output. So an economy that is shrinking at the moment, very likely in recession. Certainly that's the bank's forecast. Something like, we'll have a new forecast as of tomorrow, but 1.25%, 1.5% shrinkage over the course of the next year going forward. And yet inflation, core inflation running at almost 6%. So quite a tough position for them to be in. But there should be no doubt, and I think Governor Bailey's been very clear that they're resolute in the primacy of the inflation target and returning inflation to that target. And despite these tensions between financial stability and price stability, they've taken actions, and I have full confidence they'll do what's necessary. I just think markets have, given Brexit and then given this last issue on the fiscal side, have put greater weight or greater pressure on the bank, if you will, and they'll respond to it. But on the fiscal side, if I may, just quickly, I won't rehash what's happened over the course of the last couple of months. I think some very important lessons, though, learned from that. And I'm going to end up with a positive note on the UK, just to be clear, to foreshadow. But in terms of the fiscal side, what was rammed home was the importance of institutions. Having an independent budgetary forecast underneath, having a clear fiscal guardrail or fiscal rules that are there, independence of the Bank of England, all those lessons rammed home, and that's been reinforced. Secondly, the steps that the government appears to be taking, and this is a case where I am going to rely on the international media. I'd like to commend the international media, and I believe what I read or hear from the international media, which at present is saying for the UK that, and maybe it's because more of them are located in the UK, that the government is looking at some revenue increases that would come